our next speaker, Tim Langley, has started up many businesses, exited several businesses. He's been involved in his current business probably the longest in a while. Tim, would that be fair to say?
That would be very fair to say.
So either he can't get it to work or he's nailed it eventually. I'll let him tell you which it is. So his business, CANDDi, basically is a platform that helps businesses understand or gain better insights from its customers, its digital customers, both the ones that visit the website, engage with in different ways. And he's going to be talking today with us about how you can build stronger relationships by understanding your web visitors better. And we have this afternoon quite a slant towards some of the digital side and the more marketing-oriented aspects as well. And we're going to continue that theme later on with Dave as well. But if you could put your hands together, please welcome our first speaker after lunch, Tim Langley.
Who am I? And I guess why am I here? So my name's Tim Langley. I am founder and CEO of a company called Campaign and Digital Intelligence Limited, but we prefer to call her CANDDi. I've been, as an introduction, I've been running CANDDi now since 2009. We are an 8-person business, technology business based in the middle of Manchester. What I'd like to do today, we're going to talk about several different pieces. We're going to talk a little bit about what led to CANDDi, what's the problem we're trying to solve. We're going to talk a lot about, and it's funny actually, so I run a technology business, but we're going to talk very little about technology today. Most of what we're going to talk about today is about people and how you can engage with people and how you can understand people, how you can build relationships with people. So we're going to talk a lot about relationships, about clients, about customers, and then at the end, hopefully I'm going to leave you with 4 or 5 tips. So for the marketeers or for people to take back to your business today, things that you can start to do today with your website, things you can start to do to actually take advantage if this is a route you want to go down. So where did CANDDi start? I was working 2009. I'd had a business that, actually I'd had a business that had gone bust, I'll tell you the truth. But I was working for a digital agency based in Manchester, a company called CANDDi. And was your classic B2B marketing agency. So we would work with corporate organisations. We would build for them 6-month, 12-month based marketing campaigns, a drip series of content where we'd build the emails, sometimes we'd source the data, we'd build the landing pages, we'd build the white papers, and then we'd send out these emails and as happens, we'd send 1,000, we'd have 800 people click through, we'd have 800 people open, we might have 300 people click through, we might have 20 or 30 people that actually download and engage with the white paper. We'd then give that data back to the corporate and we'd say, great, here you go sales guys, here's something to get your teeth into for this month. It was very exciting, it was working very effectively, except that our clients started asking us, we love the way in which you're giving us these vertical metrics and we can see funnels of what's going on and activity that's going on. But what's really interesting, this chap Louis, month 3 has downloaded our white paper. Did he just wake up in month 3? Or what's he done before that? What's his previous engagement and what's his engagement after he's downloaded the white paper? And what they were really saying is, we love the vertical metrics you're giving for us because they tell us how well each individual marketing or each individual piece of content is doing. But what our sales team want to know is they want that relationship. They want to know horizontally. They want to know who it is they should be engaging with, what that individual's interested in, when the right time to connect with them, and the right conversation to have with them. And truth be told, we were spending man-hours trying to pull that data together from lots of different sources. So eventually, as the story goes, myself and my co-founder, we sat down with directors and we said, we think there's a business in here. I'm the technologist, Tom actually is the marketeer, and we said, we think it would look a bit like this and this and this and they said, that sounds amazing. We'll become your first investors, but the only condition is the company name has to include "and digital." Hence why we are Campaign and Digital Intelligence. That was 6 years ago. Since then, we've been building this software product, which I'll touch on as we come just towards the end. Before I touch on that, though, I was asked this question by one of our clients. One of our clients. And it made me actually scratch and think. He said, "In a business, are you looking for clients or customers?" So I went and actually the funny thing is I went and did and I went, well, customers, right? But I actually went and did some research and looked up in the Oxford English Dictionary. So its definition of what is a client, what's a customer? Customers are people that come to you to buy products or services you supply. That's their definition. Clients buy your advice, buy solutions personalised to their particular needs. Now, I don't know about you, but my hypothesis is most businesses, most small, medium, even some of the larger businesses in the UK are really after clients. We're not just after that transactional sale. Put it in a recruitment world, yeah? This isn't just the let's place a candidate and move on. Actually, what you're interested in is that longer term. And what are your recruiters interested in? What are your sales guys interested in? They're interested in that longer term relationship. They're interested in being more than just someone that places bodies. How can I help supply you with more than just a resource? How can I provide that as a service? My local pub, if you're ever in Manchester, I can't speak highly enough about Port Street Ale House. So I've been running CANDDi now. We've been based in the centre of town. I've been running CANDDi for the last 6 years. For about 5.5 of those, on a Friday night, I've been heading to the Port Street Ale House. I walk in there on a Friday night and I've had a horrific week. Literally everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. So what happens? The landlord recognises me as I walk in. He recognises, yeah? He says, Tim, you look like you have had a horrific week. Sit yourself down. There's a pint of beer. Don't even try to talk to me. Finish your beer. And when you're ready, we'll have a conversation. You'll be in a better place. And I think that is truly amazing service. He knows who I am. He recognises me. We've got a relationship. He says to me, here's something that you want. And then he says, and when you're ready, now let's carry on with our transaction. So you contrast that with Amazon.com or yeah, I'm just buying stuff. I'm after the relationship side. So I promised you I'd talk a little bit about technology. This is the second most technical slide that I'll show you. So everyone has a website. And truth of the matter is, or as good as every business these days has a website, truth of the matter is, digital marketing is the most effective way of getting your message out there. It's measurable, it's very cheap, it's very effective, it's very measurable, it's very easy to work out what's driving traffic to your website. You can look on Google Analytics, and Google Analytics says, yesterday you had 100 visitors, 20 of them were from London, etc., etc., etc. The challenge is, when they arrive on your website though, it's like this black hole. And we're reliant on people filling in a form or people contacting us, people converting. Now your website may be different, but industry stats are 2.8%, only 2.8% of visitors actually convert. I could use a 4-letter word that describes how most websites work when it comes to engaging with visitors. I had a sales director once. He described it as your website, whether it be a marketing website, whether it be a sale, your website is your best marketeer and your worst salesperson. Your website treats everybody exactly the same. Let me give you some more content. Do a search for a job. Let me give you some more content. Let me give you some... But it never recognises, it never evolves, it never changes. It's always treating everybody exactly the same. So it's no wonder that websites have such a horrific conversion rate. Here's what your website really looks like. It's full of people. Everyone that comes to your website at some... take out the bots. I'm a technologist, yeah. Take out the bots, the automated stuff. But other than that, everyone that's coming to your website is a person. And they've all got a reason for coming to your website. So some of these are going to be competitors. Some of these are going to be time wasters. Some of these are going to be candidates that you want to deal with, but you want to take down a particular route. Some of these are actually going to be potential, or some of these are going to be existing clients. Some of these are going to be potential prospects or potential clients that you'd really like to reach out and start to engage with. But today, all you see is this black hole. What it means is that most websites, the classic marketing, awareness, interest, decision, action. If I'm going to start to engage with your business, I'm going to go through this whole awareness, interest phase. Who are you? What do you do? Maybe we meet at a networking event. Maybe we meet in the flesh. The next thing I do is go onto your website and say, who are you? What do you do? Maybe actually I'm looking for a solution to a problem that you solve, whether it be education recruitment, whether it be social marketing recruitment, whatever it is. I'm looking for a solution to a problem you provide. I come across your website. I'm going through this whole awareness interest piece. The thing is, though, if you don't know who I am, if you don't know what I'm doing, I'm just another statistic. I'm another visitor coming through. What that means is that most of our websites are built around one visit optimization. Can I get you then and there? Because if I don't get you then and there, I've got no idea when you might come back. What if your website was actually able to listen, to track, to record, to recognize the individual? In a slide's time, I'm going to go on and start talking about how you can start to do this. And that's kind of my last slide with regards to a vision piece. It says, big data, it's a buzzword, it's been around about 3 or 4 years now. But big data is not just about more data. Please don't rush into getting big data just to make more noise and there's no advantage in that. What you need to be doing is working with vendors, working with suppliers, putting stuff together that actually turns this data into something which is actionable within your business. Is it getting the right information to the right people or into your next system down, be it a CRM system or be it a workflow management system? Is it getting the right data to the next people as we go down? You know, I might be running through these slides. I put together about 25 slides, and this might be a 10-minute presentation, not a 25-minute presentation. Okay, so what do we do next? And this is, I promised that I would leave like 5 tips behind of things that I would encourage you to start thinking about. If this isn't something you're doing today, I guarantee there are thought leaders, there are people in your industry that are starting to do this. So this is the first one. You've got to be in it to win it. You've got to be recording and capturing this data. If you don't have the data, everything else is immaterial. I often use this quote as well when I'm talking to people. When you're in this kind of client relationship, when you're trying to really engage, the thing with relationships is there are 2 ways. If I want to have a relationship with your business and your business ignores me, there's a ton of other people and I'll just go elsewhere. Yeah, we did some research. We were looking at, our own response rates to our website. When someone comes onto our website and fills in an inquiry form, or when someone comes onto our website and clicks through an email, if we re-engage with them within 2 hours of them filling in that inquiry form, or within 2 hours of them clicking through that email, 80% of those visitors will continue to engage with us. And in our world, that's we'll go on to book a demo to see our software. If we wait 24 hours, that drops to 25%. It's horrific. Timeliness. When people are in that awareness interest, what should I be doing phase, if you're not listening to them, if you're not seeing who they are, if you're not responding to them, there's a lot of, everyone's got competition out there, and it's easier and easier and easier to find that competition, and they will go somewhere else, and someone else will pick up that relationship. It also works the other way though. If you want to have a relationship with me, and I don't want to have a relationship with you, our relationship's not going to go very far. The thing with relationships as well is they're timely. So actually, if you're on the phone to me every 15 minutes, I'm fairly rapidly not going to want to have a relationship with you, unless you're really adding value. Yeah? But if you get me at the right time, in the right place, talking about what I'm interested in at that moment, then I'm sold. I become a client for life. Second tip that I would encourage you to think about. This is a product that we make. It's called CANDDi Capture, but there's a ton of other such pop-ups or such ways of engaging with people. So this is a really simple JavaScript pop-up we have. It runs on your website, and it pops up after a number of seconds, and it says, "Are you stuck?" In fact, we tested this with a load of our customers. The thing that works best is when we ask people, can't find what you're looking for. We have this vision that says people come to our websites, they know exactly what they're doing because we go to our websites and we know exactly what we're doing. And it's not true. It's not true at all. So we put this really stupid pop-up. It says, can't find what you're looking for. And people just go, let me dump out what's in my brain. If you could help me with this, then I'd love to have a conversation. It's all about starting to open that door, starting to start that conversation. We find, as a statistic, we find that asking a really simple question like that, this gets 2 to 3 times more inquiries than people that actually go and fill in your inquiry form. People just go, you're not selling to me, but you know what, this is the thing that's on my mind. Fill it in, off we go. And it starts that conversation. The key thing though, once you've started that conversation, please don't jump down someone's throat. Yeah? Respect their relationship, respect their side of the relationship. Yeah? If someone's asking a question that says, I'm just wondering, do you supply somebody in a market like this? Yep, we supply people in a market like this. Here's some previous case studies. Come back onto our website if you're ready. Really gentle touch point. If someone says, please call me in the next 15 minutes, I'll pick up the phone. But the thing is, it's all about watching and digging for gold. So this is what our software does, and this is the way we work. When someone comes to your website, we'll drop a first-party cookie onto their machine. We then track, and it's exactly the same as Google Analytics. We'll drop a first-party cookie. We'll then track every single thing that person does as they engage with your website. So do they look at candidates' profiles? What searches are they doing? Are they going to your company's pages, or are they going to your candidates' pages? Or what drove them to the website? Are they watching videos? Are they downloading anything? We'll then work with you to embed our tracking into all of the other outbound marketing that you do. So whether it be email marketing, whether it be one-to-one marketing, whether it be social, anything that you're doing to drive people to your site, we'll embed the tracking in, and we'll use that. And our aim is to help you identify somewhere between 15 to 20% of the people coming to your website, and then to filter it down to find where the nuggets of gold are. So one of the things we hear a lot from our recruitment customers is, being recorded, so I'll be careful, but one of the things we hear a lot from our recruitment customers is, candidates are great, but put them in a pile and we'll get them to submit their CVs when they're interested. Companies or clients, that's actually the people we want to be speaking to because that's where the money lies. Great, so let's build a filter that helps you identify the people you want to talk to and then make sure the right data is going to the right people at the right time in a timely way so they know who to get hold of. And it's not just the first time visit. Actually, you know what? The person that identified themselves, the company that identifies themselves, or the recruiter that identified themselves 6 months ago, that you reached out to and had a conversation with 6 months ago, and they said, we're definitely interested, but we're just kind of looking around at the moment. Why don't you give us a bell back next year? You go, okay, no worries. Goes into the CRM system. Please give them a bell back next year. And then 2 months later, they just happen to be wandering back onto your website. Maybe it's a piece of social content that you published. Maybe it's an email. Something drives them back onto your website. They don't re-inquire, but you get that light bulb moment that says, this might be someone who's currently interested in starting to develop or redevelop that relationship. And so my penultimate slide and my final tip, and that's this. It actually doesn't matter what you do. Everything will work, and there's no silver bullets. The key thing, though, is to start doing something. I guarantee to you in 4 to 5, maybe even less than that, but definitely 4 to 5 years, tracking people on your website, watching what they're doing, respecting their behavior, but using that to really build a strong relationship. It's going to be the normal in the industry. And so I come right back. And do you know what? I love the colours. Oh, no! Oh! Looks much better on my screen. On my screen, I coloured that back in pink, and in a pink heart. It looked very beautiful. Best laid plans. So back to the very beginning. Are you listening to your website visitors, or is your website just a source of 2.8% leads? Are you looking for customers, or Are you building long-term relationships? Are you respecting those relationships? But are you listening through those relationships? And that's me. Thank you very much for your time.